Halloween, the one night we pretend fear is fun. These 3 stories prove that sometimes the mask is real. Prepare for a journey into true terror, where the pursuit is real and the threat is human.
Trick or treat!
It was the first time they were trick-or-treating alone. That freedom quickly turned into a trap. They noticed 2 men across the street. They wore costumes, but they were bigger and always seemed to be near. To lose them, the boys chose a shortcut, the dark woods, a path they had never taken at night. They stopped to breathe, plunging into pitch-black darkness. Then they heard it, footsteps behind them. The footsteps confirmed it. They were not mistaken. This was a chase, and the men had horrific intent. They burst onto an unknown street and finally found a familiar neighborhood, a desperate escape to safety. But the fear followed. In the middle of the night, they both woke up to a chilling sound. 2 sets of footsteps were walking up the driveway, right to the front of the house. The boys saw nothing, but they never forgot the feeling of being hunted through the Halloween night. A peaceful night handing out candy was interrupted by a visitor who wasn't a child. The girl wore a dead bride costume and white face paint. She looked older and her face held no expression. After receiving candy, she backed away immediately, a clear sign she knew exactly where the doorbell camera was. The occupant hurried downstairs. The porch was empty. Then, from the shadow of the hallway, a sound.
The door is open.
Quiet whispers. 2 people talking back and forth, coming from the other end of the house. Realizing the invaders were inside, the occupant bolted out the front door and ran to call the police. Seconds later, the doorbell camera captured the chilling finale. The girl and the man sprinting out of the house. They had picked the lock while the occupant was deafened by the shower. They were never identified. They targeted the vulnerable, leaving behind only the terrifying footage of their silent invasion. The holiday started with a simple decoration. It ended with a stalker standing on the porch. A man knocked, complimenting the small decoration. It was the best he'd ever seen.
You need to let me in right now. We can do this.
Days later, he returned.
The hard way.
He tried to force small
just
talk,
go away.
refusing to leave the porch. The homeowner had to close the door in his face. He lingered for 20 seconds, contemplating a second knock. It was Halloween night. Looking across the street, the homeowner saw him again. The stalker was standing motionless on the sidewalk, observing the house, waiting for the crowds to leave. Late into the night, a sudden, jolting knock. The stalker was back, holding a generic square box. "Got something for you," he called. He insisted the homeowner open the door for this gift. The homeowner immediately dialed 911, staying frozen by the door as the stalker kept knocking. After a minute, he finally gave up and walked away, taking his mysterious box with him. The police found nothing, but the feeling remained. The stalker was still nearby, waiting for the next holiday. If these true stories terrified you, subscribe to Terror Tales TV and let us know which chilling encounter was the absolute worst.